Hi, Bug.
Hi, Bug.
Hi, Bug.
This is my girlfriend, Alyssa.
And this is my girlfriend, Lauren.
Hey. Okay, this is part 2 of us answering all of your advice questions or questions about life or your juicy gossips that we collected through our Instagram.
Yes, I was so excited. Part 1 was so fun.
Part 1 was so fun that we decided that we had to do a part 2.
We had too many amazing questions and juicy morsels.
And also, if you ever want to be a part of these, because I feel like we'll probably do these in the future, make sure you're following us on Instagram because that's where all of these
That's where we gather it.
Submitted their things. All right, let's get cracking.
How do I let more people know I'm a lesbian at school, especially other gay girls?
Oh, okay. First of all, the lesbian flag, I'm biased. The lesbian flag is the most beautiful flag.
No, I agree.
So utilize those colors because as a lesbian, if I'm seeing pink and white and orange out in public, I'm saying you're gay, you're a lesbian, you're a I am a les. and that's my truth. And it doesn't even have to be like a pride flag patch or anything, but like a little beaded friendship bracelet that dangles off your little backpack, a little bracelet, a little necklace, whatever.
Yeah, I think also if you feel comfortable, just bring it up subtly.
Yeah.
Talk about your interests that might indicate your sexuality. Talk about if you're dating someone.
Yeah, use your little brain and your little mouth and your lungs. Tell the world you're gay.
Yes.
And especially if you know someone else is gay, like, it's much less awkward to be like, oh, you have a girl in red pin, you have a She-Ra thing. I love that, you know, because I'm gay. Gay people love when you tell them that you're gay.
It's true.
When people
because
come
then they
out to
can
me,
say that they're gay.
I'm like, me too. Let's talk about it for 4 hours. Okay, this is a serious one.
Oh.
I feel predatory as a lesbian. Oh. When I like someone, it feels wrong and I feel guilty. Tips. I have absolutely been there. I remember when I was younger, I didn't even like hugging my friends who were girls because I felt like I never wanted to make them feel uncomfortable or anything. But at the end of the day, I think what really helped me was like remembering that I'm a person. First and foremost, I'm a person who has human relationships and connections, and then I'm a lesbian, you know? And I think it can especially be hard with like straight friends, but if they're actual friends to you, friends who don't see you for your sexuality first, but rather the person that you are, the friend that you are, they're not gonna feel like you're predatory.
Yeah. Well, it's like, do you feel like your friends are preying on you?
Yeah.
Or is it just you in your head making your own self uncomfortable? I think that like when you're first becoming friends with someone, it is important to like establish like your physical boundaries with each other. We all have friends who we hug, we all have friends who we don't hug. Like,
yes,
that's just like life. So definitely like find out what your friend is comfortable with, but I think in general, if they're your friends, they aren't gonna feel that way about you. And if they do, maybe they're more weird than you are.
Maybe they're more weird. And also, I think a lot of lesbians, like, they think they're being predatory because they're comparing themselves to men who are being creeps to women. But women liking women and men liking women, it's a different ballgame. It's a different experience. It's a different thing. You're not being creepy, especially if you're not even doing anything to your crush.
Or not even interested in them. Like,
or if you're not talking to your crush, if you're not making things weird, you're not being predatory, baby. And I'm so sorry you're going through that because it's hard, but like, you just have to remember you are not the same as a man. And if you're comparing yourself to creepy men, first of all, not all men are creepy with their crushes, but you're not like a non-creepy man or a creepy man. Lesbians are not like men. You love women in a different way. It's a different experience.
Yeah.
But I'm sorry.
Don't be so hard on yourself.
Yeah.
And probably, I would assume that you're younger. Probably it'll get easier with time.
It does.
As most things do.
It does. It does get easier with time. I promise. Yeah. Especially if, you know what's nice, crush, if you can, your first crush on like another queer girl doesn't feel predatory at all because you know that she feels that way about girls too.
This one's interesting. I don't know the answer.
Okay.
Is love bombing common in WLW relationships and dating? I think it's probably common in every type of relationship. I think it's common
in every type of relationship, but I do think there's like this stereotype of
the U-Haul,
queer women moving fast, and I think you've got to be aware of how you are being treated / how you are treating another person at the beginning of a relationship in terms of like, people are on their best behavior when you are first dating because they want to make a good impression. So maybe just keep that in the back of your little noggin and enjoy having fun with each other in your little honeymoon beginning phase. But also you gotta like keep in the back of your mind that this person is probably the best behaved they will ever be.
Yeah.
Best behaved, but like most eager to impress you, most eager to have your attention, etc. Not to say it completely dips off after the first few months. I'm still...
Yeah, I don't think we ever had a honeymoon phase. Like, I don't think there's ever been, like, a difference in how excited I've been to be with you.
Yeah. Insane.
I do think that it's important, especially at the start of a relationship, to protect yourself.
Yes.
Because you're establishing habits that protect you that you'll carry on throughout the rest of the relationship.
Yeah, I think if you're holding your heart in your hand at the beginning of a relationship, don't hand it to someone right away because they're, you know, treating you super well, getting you super gifts. Hold on to that for a bit before you hand it over, because if you very quickly like give yourself to someone and then it ends up it was just love bombing, it can be very devastating.
I think the truth is that people are gonna do what they're gonna do, and sometimes it's gonna work out. Like, sometimes you're gonna meet someone and you're gonna think they're amazing, and they are amazing, but sometimes they're not. So like, if you want a U-Haul, and if it doesn't work out, don't be too hard on yourself, but then take it as a lesson for the future.
Exactly. I have a question for your video. I want to come out to a few of my friends, but every time I meet up with them and plan to tell them, I don't do it because I never find the right moment and don't know how to say it. It just never fits the topic of our conversations, and I don't know if it's weird to just say it randomly.
It's gonna feel weird, you just have to do it.
I think you just gotta do it, baby. I think you gotta set a little time for yourself, get your friends together, and it might feel weird. It might feel like you're making an announcement over like the PA at school.
Yeah.
But maybe you are. But if you want to come out to your friends
and you feel comfortable,
then
and
you just gotta do it.
You just feel like it might be a little awkward to bring it up. Like, I think most things are. A lot of times when I want to share something, but I'm not like immediately like I'm ready to, but I just get very stressed out about like announcing stuff to people. So what I do is I force myself to say something like that's not the announcement, but that I can't take it back. Like, I go, I have something to tell you.
Yes.
And then I have to tell them something.
Yes, and it's either you tell them, you come out to them, or you find something interesting to say.
Yes.
But I feel like that's actually a great way to do it, because it's like you're saying it without just saying it. But you're like, I have to tell you something, and then everybody is looking at you.
And then you might as well do it then, because then you're just being weird. So
yeah, you're gonna be like, I have to tell you something.
I love
pizza. And it's like, we know you like pizza, girl.
Yeah.
But
like, and then your friends know probably that you have something you want to share, and then they're like, be for real.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I'm gay. I'm gay.
Is that a happy cry or a sad cry?
Depends.
Damn.
GF and I are moving in together after being long distance. How did you two prepare for this new chapter? We're moving in together in
a few days.
Yeah.
When this video is out, we will be living together.
Moved in. Yes. Yes.
Round of applause for us living together.
Woohoo. The way we prepared for it, I think we had a lot of discussions about it before we decided to.
Yeah.
And or not even discussions, but we would just bring it up every once in a while to sort of gauge where we were at.
Yeah, we were dipping our toe in the pool of conversation a lot. And then eventually, as it became closer to the time in which we would need to move, and we started getting more serious about it. And I think for me, it was very important not only to talk about it with Alyssa, but to talk about it with my parents, with my friends, like do some self-reflection. But I mean, if you and your long distance partner are doing it, I'm so excited for you.
That's really exciting.
That's
Congratulations.
really, really exciting.
Yeah, and we are very excited for ourselves.
Yeah, we're very excited for ourselves, even though we were seeing each other every day. But for you, as you're entering this like
new
close distance relationship, I would just say, just be completely honest about any boundaries that you have, any concerns you have. I think something with Alyssa and I, anytime that we start something together, whether it's moving in or starting this YouTube channel.
Yes, we talked a lot about this YouTube before starting it.
Yeah, and one of our biggest tenets was like, if one of us has any concerns, just to immediately voice it with each other so we can work on it right away. And I think that's a great thing for moving too, because you never want to let anything fester inside
true.
between you and your partner.
Yeah, something that was huge for us as like a security net is that we wanted a second bedroom.
Yeah.
In case anything out of control was to happen, but also just so that we could have a separate space from each other.
Yeah.
Because everybody needs alone time.
Yeah.
Maybe us less than other people,
Yeah,
but
like we will
everybody
have
needs some
one
time.
bedroom, but
Yes.
we also have a little office.
Another space where we can work separately, or like Lauren likes to play video games.
Yeah.
Fortnite.
And also, I think for me as somebody who, I don't know, I wouldn't say that I have commitment issues really. I would say that I try to be as realistic as possible. And
Yeah.
I'm like, every relationship either ends in a breakup or a death. So I was like, for me to feel really comfortable jumping into this, I want to have a separate space. So in case one of us has to move out,
We can bring somebody else in.
other
And nobody's in a bad situation.
yeah, nobody's left paying the rent for 2 people in a 1-bedroom apartment.
Yeah.
Like worst case scenario, we break up, somebody moves out, a roommate moves in.
And obviously, like, that's a luxury that we were able to like find
is a luxury.
find a place with a second bedroom, but
But it gave me such peace of mind. Like
it's a luxury that's worth it for us.
I'm really not worried about it. I'm not worried at all, because I know in my heart, if Alyssa and I were to ever break up, I would be devastated. Obviously, I would be crushed and heartbroken. But I think having this kind of like security blanket really makes me less scared.
Yeah, it makes it feel like, I think if we ever broke up, the most wonderful thing I know is that we would both be okay.
Yes, I agree.
Because we care for each other a lot, so it wouldn't be like,
There would never be like a malicious end.
no. So I think it's really good to know what you need. We also like know a lot about each other's living styles. I think that's huge.
Yes. And we've like talked about ideally like what our living situation will be like.
And problems that we've had with our living situations in the past.
Yes.
So
I also think you and I are both very collaborative people. Like, I don't think that one of us wants to control what the space looks like. I don't think one of us wants to control, I don't know, how the chores get done. I think we're both just very, like, we want both of us to have the most pleasant living experience possible.
yes.
And I think that's just through communication.
Yeah.
And being willing to budge on certain things.
Yeah, and also like sometimes like you're tired and stuff falls by the wayside, and it's like being okay with that and talking about it. In some ways it's easier to talk with a partner than a friend about living styles, because you're thinking of living your life with them instead of with a roommate who like you're kind of living your life with, but then sometimes you're also not.
You're putting up with it to an end.
Yeah.
Whereas ideally we would spend, I would like,
We're
a long
creating
time
a
with you.
home together.
Yeah, it's not just like a place for living. It's like we want to create like a home.
Yeah. I'm excited.
I'm so excited. How do I initiate a first kiss?
Well, Lauren will just ask people.
That is my style. I like to ask, can I kiss you? Because first of all, I believe in a big consent. I think asking permission lets me feel not like a creep.
Yeah.
Because if someone says yes, then I know I'm not being a creep.
Yeah.
And if they say yes and they don't mean it, and I don't know,
You have to
I
take
can't
people
help
at their
that.
word. Yeah.
I have to take people at their word, and I hope to God that if somebody ever asks you if they can kiss you and you don't want to, please say no.
Yeah.
I would be totally okay if somebody said no to me. Thank God nobody said no yet.
Well, you only really ask people when you're really sure.
When you're feeling it.
Yeah.
And people are like, how can you tell? You can tell. Make sure there's a vibe. Make sure
Yeah.
there's a vibe. How do you find a vibe? You're doing lots of eye contact. You're close
Maybe
together.
you're already kind of touching each other.
Yeah, I feel like when Alyssa and
Snuggled
I's
up.
first kiss,
We were like sitting so close.
we
to
were
each
like
other.
sitting
We
on
were,
the couch. We were like, yeah,
hand outstretched.
like our fingers not touching, but they could have been at any moment.
Yeah. So, and it was at like 2 a.m.
Well, okay, so Alyssa came over. We watched a movie.
Well, we went to dinner. We watched a movie.
We watched a movie, and she was over under the pretense of being a friend, but we had been talking to each other for days on
Non-stop,
end.
yeah.
Texting and talking and seeing each other every day.
until like late at night.
And I knew it was gonna happen eventually. I was talking to my friends, I was like, Alyssa and I'm putting off our first kiss for as long as possible because something about me.
Yeah, she likes to
I
get
love
excited.
the tension. I love that bubble that
Yeah.
like fills before it's burst. Eventually you get to a point where you say, God, I gotta pop that bubble.
Yeah, this same night, I was planning on asking her out on an official date.
Yeah.
But instead we kissed. And then we went on an official date, I think, the next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a few days later.
Mm-hmm.
And you had said, you were like, because it was at the very end of us hanging out that I was like, can I kiss you? And afterwards she was like, if you hadn't asked me to kiss you, I would have asked you out on a date.
And you said, were you just gonna like ask me on a date? I was gonna do it like as I was leaving.
Yeah. And I was like, if you had asked me on a date, I would have asked if I could kiss you.
Well, so it's the same outcome, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like,
Yeah,
how I told her for the first time that I loved her the day before she was planning to tell me.
Because I was gonna take her to dinner. I'm very formal.
Yeah,
I guess.
you want to like take me out to eat?
I don't know. I want to take her. I want to like.
Then guys, I'm gonna be honest. I'm gonna be vulnerable. I happy cried when I told Alyssa I loved her.
That's true.
I'm a happy crier. I told her I loved her.
Sweet.
She told me she loved me back, and I happy.
Well,
cried.
because I had been going like, I love you in the mornings.
yeah, like she would like start to say it. Like she'd be like, I love you, spending time with me.
I was like, I love you when you are wearing that shirt.
Yeah, it was a lot of that.
Yeah.
and
And we waited a normal amount of time, I think. Like a very classic amount of time.
yeah, we did.
4 months, right?
It was the day before our 4-month anniversary, which I think is actually kind of late for a lot of WOW couples. But I was taking my time because, like I liked with the kiss, I liked for that bubble to fill.
Yeah, it was really nice.
I knew I loved you before then.
Yeah, I knew I
but-
loved you before then too.
But
I was just like,
enjoying it.
I was like sharing it with myself. Well, actually, she told her improv team that she loved me before she told me.
I told my comedy
which is like
improv comedy team.
Which is like, I was gonna be like, it makes my skin crawl. It doesn't. But I was gonna be like, it feels like so like
They're her friends as
masculine.
well.
Like it feels like
It's like girls and men. My improv team, I'm on an improv comedy team if you
it
don't
just
know.
makes me like cringe. Like I think it's like sweet, but it also is like. It just
was
feels
telling my
because I went to comedy college. It like brings me
Okay,
back to that.
clown school.
It brings me back to that, and I'm like, but then I'm also like,
I love you.
I love you too. But
Also-
you know what I mean? Like it's
Yeah.
just a funny thing to say. Like I told my improv team that I love my girl. It's like
It wasn't like out of nowhere. It was like they were like, "Do you love her?" And I was like, "Yeah."
What's the question? It
That
was
one?
about kissing, right?
How do you do a first kiss?
How do you do a first kiss? For me, usually I just feel it out. But honestly, I think Lauren's way is better. I think it's better to ask and feel a little awkward than to not know.
Well, okay, here's my deal. I would rather ask someone if I can kiss them and them say no than me lean in to kiss someone and then
they're
lean
like,
away.
Yeah, but I mean,
Or-
that's never happened to me.
Or lean in to kiss someone and they kiss me and then later I find out they didn't want to. I would
I
feel
think that's the right
horrid.
move. That's the right move. I mean, we're still young, and also like I had not been in a relationship for a long time leading up to us being in a relationship together, neither had you.
Yeah.
And so I think like I've dated a lot of boys in my day, and usually they're not like, can I kiss you? Usually they're like,
I make fun of
Dead
this all the
eye.
time. I've never had a boy kiss me, so I've never experienced like the dead fish look that everybody
Yeah.
talks about with the like.
yeah. I just
Sometimes
think
I do that to Alyssa for fun now.
it is fun. I just think it's very respectful to ask, and I think I hope not to have another first kiss, but I think it's the cool thing to do. I think it's great.
Sometimes I'll just turn to her and I'll be like, "Can I kiss you?" Even to this day, even though we've been dating for over a year and a half, just for fun.
You said sometimes Lauren pretends we're having our first kiss,
Yeah.
which I think is so sweet.
Yeah.
Just like in her own mind, like I don't know when it's happening,
Yeah.
but she'll pretend that we've never kissed before.
That is a little life hack.
I think that's so sweet.
if you ever want to have like a little just like
Like a
fun
sweet
little
moment to
secret to
yourself.
yourself, like when you're hanging out with your significant other, imagine that you're just friends hanging out and then the next time you kiss it's really fun.
Yeah, I'm bad at makeup, and every time I ask for help, I'm called a pick me or laughed at sad face.
What?
I hate that.
I would say TikTok is an invaluable resource when it comes to makeup. Find someone whose makeup you like and then search their username tutorial.
Yeah, a lot of influencers on TikTok post tutorials. We grew up in the era of beauty gurus, and that's how I learned to do my makeup, because my mom didn't even wear eyeshadow until after I started wearing eyeshadow.
So, yeah, I agree. Have fun with your makeup. I think one of my favorite things when I do my makeup now is how much blush I put on.
Yeah.
And-
Don't be afraid to look a little weird.
It's fun. And people are always like, you wear so much blush, but it's usually in a positive way. And the few times it's negative, I'm like,
who cares?
who ever asked or cared?
9 out of 10 people love it.
9 out of 10 dentists
9 out of 10 dentists recommend. Yeah. I think also something that was really huge for me is another way I learned to do my makeup was I was heavily involved in theater, shocking.
What? You, the most theatrical person on TikTok?
I don't know who you're asking for help, but if you're young and you don't know how, like, maybe ask the theater kids. There's one girlie who's the makeup artist for the school play, and she will probably help you.
Yeah, unless she's bad. And if she's bad, go to someone else.
Yeah. Why would that be pick me?
I don't know.
Are the other people not wearing makeup?
Because it's like, I don't even know how to do makeup. I'm just this beautiful. But I don't think
you're being like that.
Also,
I think it's just...
oh, if you want to like really feel your fantasy, set aside like a little time in the evening by yourself, put on some music, and
pre-shower.
get ready to just go do nothing. Like go do your makeup for a few hours.
It should be fun.
Play around with it, have fun with it, watch tutorials, whatever. And then don't go out in it so that it's low stakes.
Also, if you have a little bit of extra change, you can go to a makeup counter and they'll teach you. I had a friend who, when we were in the 7th grade, she went to a MAC store and they taught her how to do her makeup. And ever since then, she's known how to do her makeup. My best friend is recently out and I'm recently single. We're hanging out this weekend and I think something is finally going to happen after 9 years of pretending like our friendship is just two platonic girls. They're planning on doing some things that seem kind of gay.
I like that that's your way of anonymizing that. Alyssa just fully read their itinerary and then was like, oh wait, I was supposed to make this anonymous. So she said, doing things that seem gay.
Okay, they're planning on like
doing some crafts,
doing some
exercises,
baking, like stuff that's seeming gay to me. This one seems really gay. What is that? What is that? Is this gay or just platonic girly pop?
That's gay.
That's gay to me. Especially this part that I'm not gonna share.
There is a specific detail, little girl, that you sent in and we're saying, what does that mean?
What does that mean?
What does it mean?
Sounds very suspect.
It sounds very interesting.
Sounds very lesbian.
I'm gonna say, you guys are gonna smooch.
Yeah, I think so. This itinerary, this is a lot. This is like a lot of hours, which is very gay.
Yeah, Alyssa and I, when we were first hanging out and we were not dating yet, we were spending hours. We were clocking into the shift at the GF factory.
Especially since your friend is recently out and you're recently single. Although, make sure you're ready for it.
Make sure you're ready for it.
Are you ready?
Are you ready for it? I'm not even a Swiftie.
Okay.
All I'm gonna say is if you guys have been pretending that it's been a platonic relationship for a while, but you've been having some, not so platonic feelings, if you want it to be gay,
go for it. You don't want questions.
Maybe stick a little hand out and see what happens.
But also, since you're recently single, make sure you're ready.
Be careful, because you don't want to lose your friend with your friend.
You won't lose your friend if you hook up and you don't love it, but you could lose your friend if
one of you catches feelings and the other one's not ready.
Yeah.
Use your best judgment, girl.
Yeah. But I hope something's
hoping for you.
Send us an update.
Yeah, give us an update, please.
And I hope you're watching.
If we didn't answer your question this time, don't worry. I had so much fun doing
we'll
this.
do another one of these.
I would love to do
more
this
questions.
Again. If you guys want us to do more of these, please let us know. Or if you're like, this sucks, so go back to taking Are You Gay quizzes. Also, if you guys have any specific video recommendations that you'd like to see,
comment down below.
Comment down below.
Also, our DMs are open.
DMs.
Send in your gossip. I'm checking my message requests. So
me too.
Just periodically, if there's anything you want to share, just know that I'm interested.
Also, if you ever send a DM asking for advice and I don't respond,
a lot of people ask Lauren for advice.
Sometimes it is because I'm just getting so many messages, but also a lot of you folks are quite young and I am a woman in my 20s. And I just want to make sure that we're keeping this space.
Yeah, we want to be appropriate. We want to be considerate.
We want to be considerate of you and your vulnerability. And also, we just want to keep everybody safe and cool. So I think videos like this make me feel very comfy and excited to talk to you guys about it.
Yeah, because we can chat it out with each other.
Exactly. And
then
you guys can comment and you could send us DMs. I might not respond. But gosh, I almost read every single one.
Yeah.
If you've ever sent me a DM, I've probably read it. And if I didn't respond, please know that I still love you very much.
Thank you so much for watching. This was so fun.
Make sure you like, subscribe, comment,
Ding that bell.
ding that bell, follow us on TikTok and Instagram, and bye, bugs.
Bye, bugs. Peace out.
Peace out. I love you.
I love you.